Hi, and welcome to the Powerhouse Affiliate Channel. Today we're going to talk about a systematic approach for finding highly profitable keywords for your Google search ads and my planning process for how I'm going to set up a particular campaign today. You're going to see the niche, you're going to see how I choose keywords, how I structure my ad groups, and the tools I'm using, and all of the other important things that we need to consider before we set up a Google search ads campaign. So let's get started. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Joey. I've been an affiliate marketer since 2002, and in the last few years, I've spent over $7 million on Google search ads to CPA affiliate offers. And today I want to talk about the process I'm using today to set up a campaign in the legal niche. We're going to talk about the niche itself in more detail, but what I do want to say is this is an evergreen niche, meaning it's one of those niches that's going to be relevant for years to come. And this is very important when it comes to running CPA affiliate offers. For those of you who run CPA offers, you might know that oftentimes these offers come and go, and then we have to start all over again. But I want to show an example here, actually. When we go into the Powerhouse affiliate portal, this is our platform where we are a community of affiliates. And one of my last posts was about an offer that generated over $2 million in commissions from running CPA running Google ads, to this offer. So I want to bring your attention to this post inside here because it's very important to highlight how important it is to find evergreen offers. And this post shows that I generated over $2 million through one CPA offer, and most of the traffic was coming from Facebook and Google ads to this offer, and it's still running today. This is just showing you the power of finding an offer that's going to last. So we do have a full checklist inside the Powerhouse affiliate portal here that helps us pick offers, and you can get access to that inside here on the left menu. And so we're going to go through the process today of running an offer that is focused on tenants and landlords. So tenants and landlord legal advice, and it's a CPA offer. It's super evergreen. It's been around forever. And we're going to try and go through the process of how I would plan to do something similar. So over here on the left sidebar, we're going to start with the customer avatar worksheet we have right here. I'm going to download that, and then we're going to come over to ChatGPT, and this is going to be the first thing we do. So I'm going to attach that, and we're going to upload the customer avatar worksheet. And I'm going to ask ChatGPT to kind of complete the worksheet for me with regard to the niche topic, which is the legal advice for tenants and landlords. Okay, now you can see I've given it the command to tell me everything about customers who would need legal advice, use the attached document as a reference, and now you can see it's spitting out all the information I need to know as an advertiser about my potential audience that I'm going to be running. So not a lot to go on. It's fairly broad, as we can see, which is actually sometimes really good because when we're running broad campaigns on paid advertising platforms, it's actually cheaper. So we might be able to hit a broad audience here. Coming down, you can see some more information, and here's what I like: the goals and pain points. So stable, affordable housing, miscommunication with landlords, lack of knowledge about tenants' rights, limited access to affordable legal assistance. So all of these are potential topics that we can cover. We have financial constraints are another, objections and barriers to seeking help, lack of trust in the legal system. So these are things I would use in my ad, highly trusted legal advice, and trying to say things to get past these barriers that are going to stop my searchers from using the service that I'm promoting. So good information here, and it's just a start. We can continue the conversation here now that we've trained the AI. Now we've basically given it information on what we're trying to achieve. Now we can start asking it questions like, what are some common questions these people are asking? What are some common products that these people would purchase on a Google search ad? Just so many things we can ask it here. And we're not going to go down that rabbit hole right now because I want to keep this video somewhat short, but you could sit here probably for 30 minutes and have a conversation with AI and really get to know your audience. So the next tool I want to use is HMA, which is a VPN. I've changed my IP address to say that I'm in the United States so that I can see advertisements running on Google and Bing.com. Both of those are search engine platforms that I could potentially advertise on. And so today, in this respect, we're going to switch my IP to the United States. And then I'm going to go over to Google. We're going to search landlord and tenant legal advice. You can see here, and now I can see some of the competitors that I will be going up against. The Ask a Lawyer on Call. Then we have bonvillelaw.com, another ad. Then we go over to Bing, and I can see Ask a Lawyer on Call, again, a similar website. And then we have ziplawyer.com, and these are ads that are going to be running against me. So obviously I'm not going to run an ad for a lawyer because I think that it's just going to be too expensive. I need to think outside the box here when it comes to being an affiliate running similar ads to these giant legal law firms. I'm not going to be able to afford the $10 to $20 clicks here because the offer itself is only paying me $18. So I need to figure out a way now using AI and using other tools to find long tail keywords and broad match keywords that I can use that could potentially see the same audience but cost me a lot less. So that's where we're going to introduce the next two tools. Both can be used for free. Again, all of these tools we're talking about today can be used for free, with the exception of SEMrush, which is the next tool. You can use it for free for 14 days if you use the link down in the description, powerhouseaffiliate.com/SEMrush. And what you can do is you can get 14 days free. So if you are just starting out, you can start using this strategy for yourself. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do some keyword research, and then we're going to do some advertising research. So advertising research, I just want to talk about quickly. It's not a step we're going to do right now because we're still in the phase of coming up with keyword ideas and ad group ideas, and then we structure our campaigns. And by the way, if you're looking for much more in-depth detail on the whole entire campaign setup for Google search ads, then come back into the Powerhouse Affiliate platform, click on courses, and you'll see here we have the Google Ads Masterclass 2.0 just launched recently, as well as the 30-day affiliate challenge. You can get both of these courses using the link down in the description. You get them both for the price of one course. And this is the intro course, 30-day affiliate challenge, followed by the masterclass for Google Ads. And it's the entire process of choosing ads, setting up ad groups, campaign strategies, bidding strategies, how to set up your keyword match types, everything you need to know that we can't cover in one single video today. So I just wanted to mention that. So this advertising research comes when we start setting up ads and really looking into our competitor insights. Today, we're going to use the actual keyword magic tool inside SEMrush, which allows us to now search for keyword ideas. You can see I've done some other searches here recently, and today we're going to be doing legal advice for tenants and landlords. So let me just put in a overarching topic here. So you can see when I type in tenant and landlord, I'm not getting much for results because it's really not something that somebody's going to search online. So I think I'm going to go back to ChatGPT now, and I'm going to ask it for some ideas on what are some search terms for both sides. And because I don't think I can combine tenant and landlord, so I'm going to have to set up two different ad groups, one directed at landlords and one directed at tenants. ChatGPT has given me first they gave me these broad types of keywords. Then I asked it for some more actual search terms someone might search. And you can start to see that I can find some really good ideas here for my ad groups. Like, can my landlord keep my security deposit? How long does a landlord have to return a security deposit? These are all things I could talk about in my ad. So let's use security deposit and see if there's any ideas, because what we can do here now is we can come up here and we can go apartment security deposit, and we can start to see that now we have 985 keyword variations that we can click on. So inside this tool now, I can start to dive deeper. And what I want to really look at is the search volume, the potential keyword cost. So here is one here for 10 cents is their guess on what it would cost for this keyword, which is what is a security deposit for an apartment? Now, obviously, this might not be a great keyword to target in an ad, but this is the idea you're looking at. And you can also see here in terms of search engine optimization, if anybody does SEO, this looks like a really easy topic and a really easy topic for a website if you wanted to really dive into creating content around this. Now, I'm not a big believer in focusing all your efforts on SEO. Most people who watch my channel know that, but it does look pretty easy when you see all these green dots here. This is the keyword difficulty to see how hard it would be to rank. But what I'm looking at here is potential ideas for keywords. And what I also like to look at here are questions. So here's a list of question-based keywords that contain the seed keyword. And you can see here now there's some more ideas. What is a security deposit? How much are security deposits? And going down. So this is going to take time. And as you can see, we're already 11 minutes in the video and I haven't even gotten one single keyword yet. We're just kind of doing the initial phase of the research, looking for high volume keywords. So I'm going to have to come in here back and forth, looking at potential ideas here, security deposit, or we're going to talk about maybe eviction process for landlords. So I could take that. And we can start looking at this as a potential idea. We can see here that the volume has gone up a little bit when we start talking about eviction. So we're going to look at all keywords. Let's have a look at some of the volume when we look at all keywords related to evictions. So we have 2,400 searches here. Again, this is for the United States. And don't just think that these tools are super accurate, because we're also going to cross-reference this using another tool. So eviction process in Texas. So there's a great idea for this. What I might do in terms of an ad group would be setting up an ad group to go eviction process in state. So all the states. And then I'm going to try and target locally all of those states. And then when people land on my landing page, it would be a state landlord and tenant legal expert, whatever it is. That would be my landing page. And then it would be click here to talk to a lawyer. And that is the process that I'm thinking of here, is using these different angles to come into the legal niche of evictions, tenancy, landlords, all the things that happen. Now, one of the good things about this niche that I really like is that I also run my own apartments. So I have experience in real estate because I actually own some apartments. So I already know deep down what some of the burning questions are going to be around eviction processes. Raising my rent is another big one. We have, what are the rules on insurance for my apartment? All of these things are things that I can focus on when I start setting up ads. And I'm going to be focusing heavily on these questions that people have, because that's how they're going to get into the service. Anyway, they're going to have a question that can't be answered on Google. And then we're going to give them access to a lawyer. So this leads me into Google Ads Keyword Planner. And we're going to type in here landlord and tenant issues and just see what it spits out. We're going to select the United States here, save, get results. So one of the cool things now with this keyword planner is it has the ability to organize your keywords into ad groups, which is great for anyone that doesn't know the best way to organize them. Google will now do it for you. So you can use this tool here to do that for you. But you can see here, looking at some of the average monthly searches, the cost per click isn't crazy here. It makes sense that I can probably get this to profitability, considering these are Canadian dollar numbers for the bottom of the top of page. So basically maybe third place in the ad auction. Again, these numbers could be rough estimates, but the top of page is very expensive here for tenant law advice. So I have to think outside the box here, because I can't pay $13 a click if I'm only getting $18 US per conversion. So I'm looking for some ideas here on keywords that would be not super competitive. Then I'm going to take those keywords and try and find more variations of those inside the Google, inside the Google tool or inside SEMrush. So here's a potentially good keyword. I just put in rent increase, and I like this one here. The legal increase in rent is 10 cents for top of page and 197 for the high range top of page, which is pretty good. We also have landlord rent increase 20 cents and 179. Now we're talking here. We have landlord raise rent. So there's an ad group right there. talking about raising rents and what are the rules for landlords raising rents. That could be potentially one landing page as well. And I really think that's going to be a good one because that is a big topic, especially for tenants. And it's a big concern is my rent going to go up? What are the legal rules around my landlord increasing my rent? And I believe that this would be something that they would sign up for because they would want to get legal advice on this. So I'm going to choose that as one of my ad groups. So when I'm in the testing phase of a new campaign like this, I'm only looking for maybe 2 or 3 ad groups at the start. And then if I start to see some good traction, that's when I start to do some much more in-depth research on not only those ad groups I've started, but finding new ad groups. So at this point, let's just switch gears and say, okay, let's say I found an ad group idea. What is my next step? What am I going to do now that, let's say, rental increases is going to be the name of the game here for ad group number 1. And we're going to go now down the path of building this ad group out. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to this tool here, and we're going to first look at rental increase as the potential keyword we're looking for. We're trying to find that top of funnel, or we're trying to find the top keyword in this area in terms of volume and maybe what people are actually asking. So this is questions again. Let's go to all. And here's a keyword here, rental increase notice. And if the economy increases, what happens to rental price? Okay, that's not relevant. We have rental increase, rental agreements with rent increase after 1 year. So rental agreements might be a good keyword. We have rental increase letter. These are probably landlords searching for templates, we'll say, for these. So that might not be exactly what we're looking for, but it might be actually a good one, because now that I think about this, I'm going to have 2 ad groups for rental increase. We're going to have an ad group focused directly to tenants. We're also going to have an ad group directed to landlords. So landlords are going to be looking for rental increase notices. They're going to be looking for agreements, rental increase letters. They're looking for a template. And if I can convince them that they should use a lawyer to do that, or else they could face potential liability, then we could probably sell them on this legal service to give them these templates. So that's a great angle, I think, for this potential ad group. So now we're up to 2 ad groups: landlord rental increase and tenant rental increase. And now that I think about it as well, every type of issue is going to have 2 different angles. It's going to have the landlord angle, it's going to have the tenant angle. So we don't want to mesh that all together, because then it's not going to make sense. If we're talking to landlords, we should be saying, hey, are you a landlord? This is extremely important for you. And that should be the landing page, and that should be the angle of the offer as well. And the same applies for tenancy. So moving on, let's look at the burning questions when it comes to rental increase. And we can see what is the average. So these again would be landlords probably looking at this. What is the average rental increase? Because I want to know how much I can jack rent up on my tenants. And how much notice for rental increase? This could potentially be a tenant question. It could also be a landlord question. So that could be a tricky one. Let's look at some other areas that we could focus on here for increase rent. Maybe another way to say it, because there could be other variations. So again, you could be spending 5, 10, 20 minutes doing this just for one keyword, trying to find different variations. You could see when I changed the words around, I'm getting different versions. How much can storage units increase rent in California, in Boston? These are other ideas. Again, how much can you increase rent in state rules? So I'm going down the path of every keyword could be a different state. And then again, doing the dynamic insertion on my landing page. Another feature I do like about the SEMrush tool is this intent filter. So I can sort by commercial and transactional and potentially find keywords that are searched by people that have more intent to get a service. So Sometimes the intent here is very good, and it shows you some transactional types of keywords. The New York City rent increase, rent guidelines, CPI rent increase in San Francisco. These are potential keywords, again, that I can use in my rental increase ad group. Now let's do a quick review of what the competition is doing when it comes to certain keywords they're targeting, because this is another way that I can find ad groups and their ads and what keywords they're actually using that are generating profit. So I'll show you how I do that. And then I'll open the floor to questions. Just post your comments down below. Also, if you like these videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So let's pull up the advertiser research tool over here. Click on advertising, and then you click on advertising research. And here we're going to take one of these domains over here. We're going to grab Ask a Lawyer on Call. We're going to grab that domain. You can see here, I can take that domain, and let's head on over to this advertising research, and let's see what they're actually doing when it comes to paid advertising. Now, not all of those keywords will be related to landlords and tenants, but we can scroll down and see they're doing family law, they're doing landlord, tenant, lawyers, Arlington, Texas. They're picking a keyword and then they're adding in the state and city. They're doing city and state. I guess you could do different versions. You could do all cities, you could do all states, whatever it is. In this case, I would be looking highly at something like that. And we'll go down here a little bit more, see if there's anything else they're doing. Landlord and tenant, lawyers. So the word lawyer to me is just going to jack up my cost per click. So I think I have to think again of terms that aren't going to break the budget, but at the same time get me some of this traffic. So I want to be more zeroed in on the actual questions people are asking when it comes to landlords. So lawyer for tenant rights. So tenant rights, there's a good keyword right there, tenant rights. If I was to take that and write that down, that could be a full ad group on tenant rights, both aimed at one for the tenant and one for the landlord. So tenant rights, I have to write that down because I don't want to forget about that. What else do we have? We have landlord, tenant, lawyers, again, talking about lawyers. Don't see any real questions. They have a can a teen talk to a lawyer about something here. I don't know what that is. So what I can also do here is I can look at competitors, and this is a great little feature because now I can pull up all the domains, so I don't have to go back to Google and Bing. I can just come down here and start looking and seeing if there's any other ones that are getting lots of traffic, like Just Answer, Cape Justice, Legal Match. We have Legal Shield, Legal Answers, Lawyers, Legal Laws, Leads, just a ton of websites here. Another thing I can do is look at their ad copies. And this is great as well because look, chat with a landlord and tenant lawyer. We have get all the real estate law answers. So real estate law is another keyword that I would probably keep. We have other ones here for landlord and tenant. Specialties include evictions, squatters law, another one, great keyword. Okay, tenant rights, landlord rights. These are all keywords. So I would copy this and make sure I save it somewhere because these are keywords now I'm going to go search in SEMrush for more ideas. And more over here, we have nothing really good there. But this is the process, okay? So I'm not going to keep going here because we're still only one ad group into this. And you can see now that even after 30 minutes of using these tools, I'm still at the beginning phase of creating a campaign. But when you look at some of the numbers, like in this post here, over 2 million with one offer, the amount of time you spend setting up your ad groups and choosing keywords is worth it in the end, believe me, because this process is going to take me hours to do. And I'm going to be going through finding multiple different ideas. And I could even take this a step further and start looking deep down into the Google Ads Transparency Center, looking at their ads, seeing all of the ads they've ran, and diving deeper into finding these little keywords that will then generate more keyword ideas for my ad groups. And we haven't even started building out the landing pages yet. So There is a lot of work to this, but this is the process I use in the initial research phase of generating keywords and ad group ideas. And if you have any questions, please come into our portal and ask them there, or post your comments down below. If you want me to cover something in more detail, of course, let me know as well. I just don't want to keep rambling on because we have reached my max capacity we're coming on 30, and I don't generally go past 30 here today. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.